guys, it's me, Rowan Huang. Today is a great day. If you live in Vancouver for a long time, you probably will have a habit. If it is sunny day, you have to go outside. So anyway, my name is Rowan Huang. I am an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I'm gonna answer some questions. Do psychics help spirits cross over? I personally find this question very funny because it seems like we are all brainwashed by Hollywood movie. So we believe, psychics, their job is to help spirits cross over, right? But if you follow my blog so far, if you've been following my channel so far, you probably know crossover is just a process of evolution. It will happen anyway, whether you help it or not. So to make you understand this question, I'm gonna ask you, do you help every homeless people find a home? Right? You see how that answer is? It's basically what it's like for being a psychic. Do we help a spirit cross over? It depends on, do we feel like giving homeless some money, or do we feel like helping them finding a home? It's the same thing. I mean, I already mentioned that psychic is to a people, right? We have our emotion, we have our perception, and then we have our life. So do we devote majority of our life just to go out and help? Probably not. But, if we happen to be in good mood, we probably would. But as you also must know, if you follow my channel, we cannot hide anything in this universe, right? Cannot. You might think you can, but you really can't. So what happened is, when you help one spirit cross over, guess what's gonna happen? The word spray. It spray really fast. The moment you decide, have an intention to do that, it spray. So that basically try to give you a vision. Basically mean if you help one homeless people find a home, the rest of homeless people right away know you are offering help, and then they will come to you. That's exactly the same thing as a spirit. So if I help one spirit cross over, it's a matter of second, my house will be very crowded and compact. So do I help them? So it's really not like story, not like, I got to understand you, know you better, and then I help you get over it, and then next project happen. This would be ideal world for psychic, I guess, but it really doesn't happen that way. Next thing you know, you got a lot of people, and then you have to kick them all out, or you have to do something with them. So, to answer that question, I hope I answered that question. To answer that question, do psychic help spirit crossover? It really depends on them. It really depends on psychic, right? There are a lot of nice psychic out there. I'm just, I guess I'm not really one of them. I help them based on my mood, because I think my reality, my actual life is way more important. And them, they're gonna cross over in a matter of time. As far as I know, it's a matter of 72 hours in average, 80% of them. So why do they need my help? No, they have their spirit guide, they have their higher spirit to help them. So I hope that answered that question. Next question. Do psychic have out-of-body experience or ever need to travel to communicate with spirits? And this person believes it's the word called astral project. I would say, if you want to communicate with majority of spirits, or majority of spirits, like you don't have a physical form, that's not really correct. Most of if you want to communicate with most of the spirits who is very aware of their being, and then who can locate themselves wherever they want, or things like that, you don't really need to travel. But there are situations that you have to spiritually travel. There are situations that you have to spiritually travel, mostly when you have to check on some physical form or location, or like for example, if I want to check on my mom's health, and my mom is across on the other side of the globe, like the earth, from Taiwan, then I will have to spiritually travel to scan through her body and check if everything's okay. Or if someone mentioned a property that they have, and then they would like me to check on certain property or the vibe of certain location, then that would require me to at least go there and quickly check through. But in normal cases, if you would just simply talk about communication with the spirits, you don't really need to travel. You don't really need to get out of your body, right? You can pretty much be here, and then you can communicate with any of them. So to answer that question, I would say that's almost like two questions. Does psychic have out-of-body experience? Maybe. As I say, I cannot speak for all psychic. I can only speak for myself. So my answer is yes. You will have out-of-body experience, but it takes practice. Do be aware. It takes practice. First, don't go too far. If you are interested in doing this, don't go too far. Make sure you're somewhere safe. Make sure you know your energy well, because you would, if even at the beginning of exercise, most likely you'll feel lightheaded. You feel like, whoa, like you might pass out, or your eyes, your vision will get blurry, get dizzy, because we are not supposed to leave our body too long. At least make sure you even want to try this. Know your vibe, know your environment, know your energy, know your whole being, so you can actually secure it before you even want to try out of the body experience. So answer that, yes. And then, do I need to travel to communicate with spirits? I would say to communicate with spirits, you don't need to travel. You can pretty much stay where you are. They find you. So I hope that answered that question. And the next one, let's see. Okay, what does it mean when I have strong gut feeling? Does that mean I'm intuitive? Okay, if you follow my vlog so far, you must know everybody born with it, right? We all born intuitive. We just forget about it. So strong gut feeling, which I explained it in the previous episode, that's called survival skill you should have. Things we know will threaten our life in whatever degree, whatever your perception is considered threatening your life. Or, things relate to you, happen to you, will happen to you, or anything that relate to you. That's called gut feeling. Gut feeling comes from inside, right? So you will have that gut feeling whether it's good or bad. Should I do it? Should I not do it, right? That gut feeling don't usually last too long. Usually lasts for the first, I would say, 3 to 5 seconds if you practice to pay attention to it. Most of the time, from my observation, people's logic will usually cover it, like overpower it. That means that 3 seconds, if you overlook it, like when you first look at something, you're like, ooh, I don't feel good about it, but then eventually people convince you, oh, you overthink it, you think too much, or whatever, they give you statistic or whatever it is, right? Usually people are very easily convinced. That means after that 5 seconds, you will most likely get convinced, and then that gut feeling will go away. So what I'm saying is, it takes practice. Everything I'm talking about basically takes practice. It takes practice for you to try it out and validate it, and then experience it, and then you will understand how good your gut feeling is. So does that mean you are intuitive? The chances everybody should be intuitive, or but it just depends on. It's like how good are you at running? Right? How good are you at music? What I'm saying here is everybody born with it. Everybody born with a psychic ability. It really depends on how you exercise it, giving a try, and then making some mistake, and then eventually you will understand how good you are at this. So I would say, what does it mean when I have a strong gut feeling? I already explained that. Things happen to you, relate to you. Does that mean I'm intuitive? Everybody's intuitive. So I hope that answered that question. Well, I might be able to go really fast. Maybe see if I can finish those two. Do we all have spirit guide and angel with us? Do the guide number change? Okay. Do we all have spirit guide? Yes. As I said, spirit guide is basically, if you go back to my previous episode, I have an episode to talk about spirit guide. Spirit guide is basically your greater self that overlook, if you are on the right track, if everything is going the way it's going, don't question it. The chances you are, even though you had doubt about it. And then, just roughly make sure giving you advice, giving you a sensation, make you feel like everything is okay. Most of people will only need spirit guide, even though you think, well, my life is tough, I need more. The chances you don't. Your spirit guide know a lot. Trust me, they do. You just have to have faith. I think the problem is most of people don't have faith. Not because they're on the wrong track. They just don't believe in things that they cannot see. Or they cannot, I don't know, grab. It's intangible. So people have no faith in themselves. Therefore, they have no faith in their future as well. But I would say the chances you will most likely be on the right track, right? And then because you are guided by your spirit guide. You are not supposed to live nothing happen life. You're supposed to have event happen so you can grow, because soul have a nature of evolution. So to answer that question, we all have spirit guide with us. Angel is the other thing. Angel, you might need it, but I would say most of the time you don't, because angel give you like very quick spurt of the blessing, but they are so short term. So they are a little bit different from higher spirit, for example. Angel give you like, I would say for a very short period of time, and then you need that boost. It's like, I'm very tired, exhausted, and I need a Red Bull. I think that's a good example. So it's like that Red Bull, like give you a little boost, and then you feel like you can go on with things. But do you always need Red Bull? The chances you don't. Eventually you will recover yourself, and then you're able to move on. So do the guides and number change? The spirit guide, as I say, go back and refer to my previous episode called Spirit Guide and the Higher Spirits. Spirit Guide number don't change. You will only have one, and everybody has one. You are always being looking after. Higher spirits number would change, but they are not usually around you. They usually only appear when you are dealing with a more lengthy task and then difficult. That may or may not be within your spirit guide's knowledge, and then they need coaching as well. So that doesn't usually happen. If you ask me, I've been coaching for so long. That doesn't usually happen, but it will happen occasionally. So that number would change. The spirit guide number would change. Angel's number would change. Other than your spirit guide, higher spirits or angel, anything outside than that, the number would change. But the chances you don't usually need them. So I hope that answered that question. Who are your guide and angel? Assuming that's me. Okay. My guide, I don't know. I at the beginning. Okay, let me read out the whole question. Who are your guides, angels? Aside from an individual's guide, who do you ask to get the answer? Okay. I'm gonna assume that's me. Who are my guides and angel? They only really hang around with me at the beginning of my journey. I always laugh, right? They kind of give up on me or something. They decided I can just sell free or whatever. So at the beginning, they change in various form. They very first, they look like the Chinese, not Buddha, Guan Yin, I would say. And then they change to a guy with a white robe. And then the last time I saw them, look like a Mayan, and then eventually they just don't even bother to show any form to me. So Who are they? I got no idea. If now you ask me, they are just existent. That is light. so I cannot really answer your question. So I don't know who are they. They're just a being, existent. And I don't think they care to be in human form. Therefore, they don't care to have a name. So aside from individual guys, who do you ask to get the answer? Okay, I don't know how to answer this question. Aside from them, you know what? I learned one thing from my spirit guide. I really learned one thing from spirit guide. The answer never come to you by people telling you. Answer come to you by you living your life. You know, I learned the hard way. Seriously, making mistake or try using myself guinea pig, try different theory I have. But I really, throughout the year, I only learned one thing. You don't get answer from anyone. You get answer by living your life, and you discover the answer for yourself. Because my answer may or may not apply to you guys, right? But it worked for me. That's all it matters, really. It worked for me. So, you know, when you can finally find an answer by living your life, by making mistake, by fall a couple times, you know, by hurt a couple times, but then eventually that answer will become so solid to you. You don't need anybody to validate it, because you know it will work for you. And then that's all it matters. So anyway, I hope that I answered that question. So if you really want to ask me, I don't really ask for answer nowadays. If I have a question, I seek for it. Universe throw me various signs, right? And then they might then form a theory. Then with that theory, I test it with my life, and then see, or I, you know, have guinea pig friends. Love to test it out for me. You know, I have client, follower who love to test it out for me as well. And then I'm able to find the answer. So really, the answer hidden everywhere in life. You just have to seek for it. So anyway, I hope that can wrap it up for today. And I think I answer most of the question. You know, I might have only a couple more. Hopefully I can get it done within one episode. So anyway, if you guys like what I'm doing, join me live in Periscope, or go to my Facebook, or subscribe my YouTube channel, or go to my website, ruowen.com. There's a lot of topic that you can look into if you are interested. If not, you can always leave a question, and then maybe one day I will just get to it. So till then, I guess I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.